Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to add website leads to Odoo CRM automatically. Let's suppose I'm running a business and I'm collecting all my leads with the help of Typeform. I want that whenever I receive a new lead, automatically I should create this lead in my Odoo account. Now doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, so I've completely automated this process, and to do this automation I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between this Typeform and Odoo. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build this connection in such a manner that whenever I'm going to receive a new lead from Typeform, automatically this lead will be created in my Odoo account. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. So here in this video, we are going to see how we can add the Typeform leads to Odoo, and I have created a wonderful integration using Pabbly Connect. We are going to check this integration once. I'm going to do the form submission from Typeform, and as soon as the form submission has been done, that lead should be added to my Odoo account. So I'm going to copy and paste the link in a new tab. And here I'm going to enter some dummy details, like my first name is latest. My last name is user. Then I'm going to enter my phone number as this. And then I'm going to enter my email address as latest@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to submit this, and as soon as the form submission has been done, this lead should be created in my Odoo account. I'm going to refresh this page once. And here it is, we have created this latest@pabblytudes.com. If I open this, you can see the phone number which we added was this one, the name was latest user, email address was latest@pabblytudes.com. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. So here in this video, we are going to see how we can add the leads which we have captured from website forms to Odoo CRM. And for this, I'm simply going to create integration between this Typeform which I'm using as a website form and then Odoo. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. Now before we sign into our Pabbly account, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with business owners, experts, and the Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions, and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest features and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now, if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta which is modern, faster and more flexible one, and then we have this classic which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select this new beta, and then I'm going to name my workflow as add website leads to Odoo CRM automatically, and now I'm going to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created, and I'm going to select it as forms automation and then click on create. So here workflow created successfully. Now as soon as I click on create, this box has appeared in front of me where I need to enter the trigger application. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to add the website leads to Odoo CRM, which means whenever I'm going to capture a new lead from this form submission in type form, I'm automatically going to add that lead to my Odoo, which means whenever there will be new form submission, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger basically activates or triggers any workflow. So here in my trigger application, I will be taking type form, which is my website form. You can use any other form according to your choice and preference and take that as your trigger application. And then following this trigger application will be my action application, in which I'm going to add the lead which I have captured from this type form. So here in my trigger application, let me quickly take type form. And in my trigger event, I'm going to select it as new entry and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with type form. Now here I just need to grant away the permissions because I have already logged in my Typeform account, for which I'm going to click on this accept. Your data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect, so you can do this. Now here, as soon as this Typeform is connected to Pabbly Connect, I need to select the form. If I open my Typeform account, these are the forms which have been created. I'm going to use this new contact form. So I'm going to select the same form in my workflow. So I'm going to select new contact form from this drop down and simply click on save and send test request, and you will see it has changed to this waiting for webhook response. Now this means, so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission, which means I'm going to do the form submission, and as soon as I do this form submission, I should capture that response here in this workflow. Now this is going to show us the connection setup which we have created between Typeform and Pabbly Connect, that is successful or not. I'm going to open this Typeform particular form which I have selected by the name new contact form. I'm simply going to copy the link to this form and paste it in a new tab. And here I'm going to enter some dummy details. So I'm going to enter my first name as current, my last name as lead. Then I'm going to enter my phone number as this. And then I'm going to enter my email address as currentlead@pabblytudes.com. Now after entering all these details, I'm simply going to click on this submit, and as soon as the form has been submitted, I should capture this response in my workflow. Let me quickly open my workflow, and 3 seconds ago we have captured the response, which means as soon as the form submission was done. The name was current lead, email address was currentlead@pabblytudes.com, and this was the phone number. Now here, as soon as I've done the form submission, I have captured that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created between Typeform and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. And now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on towards the next step, I'm going to click on this add new action step, and in my action application, I'm going to select Odoo. In my action event, I want to create the lead. I want to add the lead details to Odoo. So I'm going to select it as create lead and then click on connect. Now if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter all these details. First, we are going to enter this domain. So to get this domain, I'm going to open my Odoo account. Now on the top in this URL, you can see this pabbs.odoo.com. I'm going to copy this URL entirely first. And then in the help desk, it is written that till.com is your domain. So I'm going to remove this /odoo/crm. Then we have to enter the database. Now if I open my Odoo account, on the top you can see that I have this profile, and then from here you can see this my databases. So I'm going to open this, and here my database is by the name PABSN. So I'm going to simply write that over here. Then we have to enter the email address with which we have created this account, and then we have to enter this API key. Now to get this API key, I have to go back towards the profile. And from here, I have to click on this preferences, then go towards this account security. If I scroll down over here, I'm simply going to click on this new API key. I have to enter my password and then confirm that password, and a new API key will be generated for me. Now here I have already generated the keys multiple times. So I'm going to select the same key and I'm going to enter my email address. I'm simply going to save this. And here Odoo is connected with Pabbly Connect. Now I have to enter all these details. So over here, I am not going to enter any of these details manually like this. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from this type form, and when I click on this field, I can see this type form. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. I'm going to enter my first name and my last name. I'm going to enter the contact name also the same, and then I'm going to enter the email address which was currentlead@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to enter my phone number. Now the partner name, street, city, state, country, these fields are not required one. I have also not received the response for these fields, so I'm going to skip this. But if you have received the response, you can enter following the help desk given below these fields. In the type, I'm going to select it as lead. In the priority, I'm going to select it as medium. And then again, these fields are not required one. If you have received the response, you can enter that. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually entered any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now after entering all these details, I'm simply going to save and send this, and you will see this lead will be created in my Odoo account. And here it is, we have created this lead. I'm going to open my Odoo. Over here, I can see all these options on the top. I'm going to click on this leads, and the name of my lead was current lead. So if I open this current lead, you can see this is the same phone number. This is the same email address. The contact name was also current lead, and then we have skipped all of these fields. So this is the same lead which we have created from our type form to our Odoo. And now to summarize, we took Typeform as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We received the new form submission, and then we wanted to add this lead to Odoo. So we took our action application as Odoo, made connection with Pabbly Connect, entered all the required details by mapping, executed this workflow, and finally created this lead in my Odoo account. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between this Typeform and Odoo with the help of Pabbly Connect. I have attached the link to this workflow in the description so that you can check this out, and I hope you liked this video and understood this video very well. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.